Expect the unexpected. She's a sweet widow from Nebraska. He's an old metalhead with metal in his head and covered in tattoos. Now that's a twist. All right, what's up, everybody? Hey, we're back, as promised. Week 2. Yeah, man, we made it through another week.
It goes by fast.
Doesn't it, though? It does go by fast. It's crazy.
And a lot happens in a week.
Yeah, that is true. A lot does happen in a week. So I guess where we left off was that, let's see, Fessy had POV, right?
Right.
And he did not use it.
Yep.
So that meant that good old Steve and Sam stayed on the block.
But Sam had a secret.
Sam did have her secret. She had her little secret power. But fortunately, she didn't have to use it because, as predicted by, yes, the grumpy old rock and roll tattoo guy.
Good. You predicted it.
The old guy always goes home first.
Always.
Got to keep the beautiful 20-somethings in there. Get rid of them old people. They're not attractive. They're never going to be a star. Get them out of the house.
Do they ever, you've watched a lot more past shows than I have. Do they ever have old women on there, or is it always an old guy? Because it always seems to be a man.
Once in a while, there is an older female in. Actually, the one time, I think, actually was my favorite season, if I'm not mistaken. I probably get the number wrong. I think it was season 9. It was where they did the couples, where they broke everybody in, put everybody into couples. And the winner, which was the baller, he called himself the baller. But the lady that was with him, that got paired up with him, she was an older lady. I think she was like 45. So, I mean, it wasn't like Chicken George or that other guy that was, like in his 70s, but
that's old in Big Brother years.
Oh yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's dog years there. But yeah, every once in a while, and I think but yeah, usually the older people, they go, and even if they do hang around, they never really last to the end. It's just like, oh, he's like my grandfather, and they pity him, and then America loves them always, so they always get something. But yeah, the old guy's got to go. So Steve, he got voted out, but that was not the plan.
Right.
And Swaggy C was not having it. Swaggy C runs the house, and Swaggy C said that Steve stays and that Sam goes, and that's what Swaggy C said. So the house better do what Swaggy C wants. And when it didn't happen, Swaggy C, he was shook. He was triggered. He went off the deep end. Swaggy C was not having it.
He lives in his own little universe, makes his own little rules. I would like to see the people who raised him, because he's just so arrogant. It's almost just shocking.
Swaggy C is the biggest person in the house, biggest player in this house. So Swaggy C is the best dressed in this house. Swaggy C, oh man.
What's the deal about him being best dressed? He wears T-shirts, for crying out loud. What?
It's Swaggy C. Come on. If you give yourself a name and you put your name on your T-shirt and wear only that and make everybody call you the name that you gave yourself, hey, do you really expect anything less from him?
That's so weird.
This dude, oh.
I'm surprised some of these nicknames they give to themselves. Rockstar, I think hers is a self-imposed nickname as well, which I don't even see where she comes off being a rock star.
I think it was just a thing because she's Angie, and then there's an Angela in there. So I think she just kind of nicknamed herself just so it wasn't Angie, so it was Rockstar and Angie or Angela. I think that's the only reason why she did that. So I'll have her back a little bit. Wacky Angie.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's okay.
I'd have called her Wacky Angie and the other Angie.
Yeah,
But,
she's wacky.
hey, she wants to give herself a nickname. I guess that works.
Yeah, she's not very active. You never see her doing.
There's a lot of them that are kind of, well, in my opinion, they went from week 1 not playing at all to now they're overplaying. In my opinion, they're going way overboard.
Way overboard. Yeah, absolutely. I'm concerned about Tyler because he's the man right now, but I'm not sure he's going to have the longevity.
Well, we'll get in. Let's get into that. Tyler is the one who got Caitlyn, our little meditator. He's the one that got her to switch her vote and keep Sam. So he was HOH at the time, and he's the one that said, "Yeah, we got to keep Sam. We got to get Steve out." So he's the one that convinced little crazy Caitlyn to flip her vote, which sent Swaggy C over the edge.
Tyler is a great manipulator. I mean, I can't believe how he managed to just pull that one out of the hat and how she's so vulnerable. He has her believing that it was her original idea and that she's running the show.
He's got, and see, we talked about his big eyes. Well, now he throws them big puppy dog eyes on and, oh, we really need, and he's just a harmless little surfer dude. Come on, dude. And it's like everybody just does what he says.
He had me fooled. I thought he was an idiot, but he's not.
Well, I do want to say that this is one thing that drives me nuts about the American Big Brother. Now, when I watch all the other ones, there's rules. If you break the rules, there's consequences.
Right.
American Big Brother, you get handed a rule book, and I know because I read it, but you get handed a rule book, and you're not supposed to discuss your nominations, especially when you're going in the little hallway to go to the diary room to tell Julie who you're voting for. And they all do it. They come in the door, they come out, and they walk by each other. Who should I vote for? Who should I vote for? And they even came out and said that, I forget who it was, but when Caitlyn was going in before she voted, whoever was coming out said, she asked, who should I vote for? And they said, keep Steve. And she said, okay, then walked in and voted against him and walked back out. So everybody knows that they broke that rule. You're not allowed to discuss, and they discuss it every time. And I know you can see them talking every time, just their little hand claps and everything. That's not all they do. They're saying, who you voting for? But nothing happens. So why even have rules? Come on, let's just get it out there.
Yeah, I miss that. I have an old school television that weighs 500 pounds, one of those big old heavy. But with you and your technovision, your huge television, you probably catch a lot more of those little things.
Well, yeah, I caught it. But then, like I said, they came out and they were actually talking about it, because while they were talking about, I think it might have been Winston. I'm not positive, but when Swaggy and them were in the storage room, and Winston came in and said about, oh, nice meeting.
Yeah.
Right there is when they were talking, and they actually said, yeah, Caitlyn even asked me when we were walking through the hall, she asked me who should I vote for. So they said it plain, right? They blew their own cover. They just said that they broke the rules, and that is a Big Brother rule. But it's Big Brother America. You don't have to follow rules.
Winston screwed up royally by making those words. He completely had Swaggy just on fire.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about Swaggy. He just needs to go. I know he's not going to, but he needs to go. But he is paired up with his perfect match, because I think good old Bailey, they both annoy the hell out of me, and they're a perfect match.
Well, Swaggy said they're a power couple.
Exactly.
They are a power couple. In fact, I think Swaggy thinks that he's Jay-Z and she's Beyonce, and they're ruling the world because
I believe that's a good analogy. That's a perfect analogy. I believe that too. And then you got her who, when they were discussing, Tyler was saying, well, what happens if somebody uses the POV? What if they use the POV? Who you putting up? And he said Bailey. So Swaggy ran right out and told her. And you just swore to God that they said, well, we're going to drag you outside, put a bullet in your head, and dig a hole and throw you in it, because she just broke down in tears and she just stormed off. He said he might put you on the block, not cut your head off. You're not going to die. I mean, she acted like it was the end of the world.
Well, you have to go into that game knowing that the possibility that someday you're going to be on the block is just going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody escaped it in the history of Big Brother? Maybe. I don't know, but not very many, if so.
And especially if you're Bailey and you're with Swaggy, you got to know that you're not going to win, because Swaggy's definitely going to win the game because he's the man, right? So you don't even have a chance of winning, maybe coming in second, but Swaggy C is going to take it all.
That's what's so fun about the show, is how in their own mind, because they don't see what we see, and so their perspective is so off. And I love that whole trending thing, that trending app, because that kind of makes it so clear what they think of themselves when they go in there.
Yeah.
And how some of them are just sure they're going to get.
Well, we got Caitlyn who flipped the house with the vote and got Sam to stay. And it just so happens that she's the one that won HOH. So that kind of throws everything into a whole new perspective.
But that made the show so much more interesting.
I actually thought Sam was going to win that.
You thought who?
Sam. I thought Sam was going to win that, actually.
Yeah.
But so, and then so right after that, we got Caitlyn, who's HOH, and then the Amazon stopped. Sam's not a robot anymore, and Casey, her little spinny wheel and rainbow uniform, that all came off. So everybody's done with that.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
That whole, because she did, I mean, was that really that much of a punishment? The suit wasn't that awful. And so what? She stays in a room for a while.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't as bad as Sam's, but I think it was still kind of hurt your game, because like I said, if you're standing in the storage room looking for, I don't know, a peach or something, and all of a sudden that thing spins, you're stuck there, and it could be for an hour, however long they keep it spinning. So everybody's out there playing, talking, doing their social game, eating dinner, and you're just stuck in wherever room you're at. Or if you're stuck outside and everybody else is inside, so I could see where it could be a little bit rough. And then, as you brought up, we had the since everybody's thing stopped and Sam didn't use her power,
she still has it.
The app store was open once again, and everybody went in and laid their hand on the thing to see what was what. And of course, the big thing was when Swaggy C went in, he put his hand down and he lost his damn mind.
He was so angry. He didn't know what to do with it. He has to be humble. There's not a humble ounce of humbleness in him anywhere.
No, he definitely needs a big slice of humble pie. Somebody needs to carve him a big old hunk.
Yeah, absolutely.
I came in the house. I did this day one. The first showmans. I did this. Swaggy C. What else I got to do? Because I knew I was getting it this time, because America messed up first week, but Swaggy C knows he's getting it the second. Man, get him out of that house. I can't take him anymore.
Well, and on top of it, I mean, is that going to help him with next time? He's not going to be well loved by America if he goes into that room and chastises them for not voting for him.
I was going to say, that's a good way to win America's heart. Yell at them.
Yeah.
Tell America how great you are and how stupid they are, because that's a way.
That's crazy.
Well, Tyler is the one that got to pick the good power, and he got the cloud. And that's good for pretty much almost the whole season, isn't it?
What is it? It's like 8 weeks. Isn't it 2 months or something like that?
Yes, 2 months.
And is all he has to do, but I think he has to know ahead of time. I don't think that like they can put him on the block and then he goes sit on a cloud, wherever that might be. I think he has to claim his prize beforehand. That's the way I understood it. I don't know. I didn't completely get that.
Yeah, something about if he, before he goes, would get nominated or something like that, he can put himself in the cloud, and that way he's there and he can't go up. Or if 2 other people are up and the POV is being used and he thinks it's going to be used on him, he can put himself in the cloud.
Okay. Yeah.
So he won't be a replacement either. So I think you're right. I think you kind of got to kind of guess and go, ooh, it's a little shaky this week. Let me go put myself in the cloud. I don't think you can say, well, we're putting you on the block. And I don't think he can go, well, I'm going to go on the cloud. And I'm not sure though, but.
I keep thinking, what they're going to do for a visual with that cloud,
Yeah.
Put him on a swing with the cloud around it and hoist him into the sky or what?
Well, I kind of got Sam's power wrong too, because I thought she could, if she got put in the block, she could go, no, I'm not going home. Or, if she got evicted, it's like, no, I'm staying. But no, here it is. She has a chance to come back. If she would have got evicted, she had to do some kind of contest to win her way back. So it wasn't automatic, which I didn't understand until this week.
Well, and that was interesting from a productive point of view. How were they going to do that if she got voted off? Because it was live, right? So if she got voted off, they would have had to have scurried around and done this little contest. I don't know. The producers, they were pretty creative with that one.
Yeah,
I think.
They got something up their sleeve. Yeah. And so Tyler's the one who got the hooray me, but poor Rachel, she's got the crappy app.
That was kind of confusing too. I wrote down, I actually had to rewatch that to understand what that was. I wrote it down.
Something about somebody angry going to come in the house and yell about her gameplay.
Yeah. And an anger retriever will enter the house and yell at her about her strategy in the game. So I don't know if they will do that publicly. That's kind of baffling to me. Somebody going to just scream, that's going to blow her cover. If she talks about her alliance, I don't know. Should be interesting. That's all I have to say.
I'm interested to see how that's going to work too. But she was really upset about that.
She was.
Yeah, she was not having it, that she was the least trending person in the house. And because I guess she started saying that she has acceptability issues anyway. And now that America doesn't accept her well, she started to cry and break down. She was not real happy. I think that cut her pretty deep.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for her. But, you have to go into Big Brother knowing that your ego is going to get wounded.
Yeah. I mean, and she's a performer. I mean, she's attractive. She has a great singing voice. Mm-hmm. So if you're a performer and you're putting yourself up there, you got to be ready for just about anything. And like you said, if you know anything about Big Brother, you got to check most of your morals at the door too. You got to be ready to go in there and lie, cheat, steal, backstab, look your friend in the face and say, yeah, I got your back, and then turn around and stick a knife in their back. You got to be ready for that.
Speaking of backs and Rachel, did you see her shaving JC's back?
Yes.
And how she was doing it?
She was like breaking the grass, man.
I got one here. I dug out my old beauty shop tools. Okay, she was trimming him with his back. Apparently he's hairy, which surprised me anyway, because he looks like he's 12 years old. I can't imagine he's hairy. But she was like shaving. This is really jagged.
Yeah.
raping him like this, with this poking into his skin. He was covered with scratches.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do is, the flat side fits against your skin.
That's exactly what I use on the side of my head.
Yeah.
And it it's not a rake. She was like out there tilling the field, man. His poor back was all red, scratched up.
And he was saying, ow, ow, but he kept letting her do it. That was what was so funny, was he just kept letting her do it. And the boys came in, the roosters of the house came in. But Brett and Winston tell him, man, you're doing that all wrong. Well, I was wondering why it hurt him. And then she flips it around and she goes, am I doing it right now? And they go, yeah, you're doing great. They almost like patted her on the head.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Well,
that poor little guy. He's funny, though. He adds so much spice to that show.
Now, remember, I said early on, I think America's going to love him because he's like a little dude and he's all funny and quirky and cute as a little button. You just want to put him in your pocket. And I think he's going to be hanging around a while. And
he cuddles with everybody. It just cracked me up when he nestled up to Fessy and snuggled into him.
Yep.
He's like a child in the house. So funny.
Oh, yeah.
He makes good television. He really does.
And with his, what was the word he said that?
Oh, hiatus. It was supposed to be hiatus, but it was.
Yay, something. He's like, what are you saying? Is that a Spanish word? No, it's an English word. It's an English word. That's a real word.
Tyler loved it. Yeah. He is so, I like Tyler's good nature. I like how he kind of enjoys everybody. And I don't know, there's something about Tyler that is really fun. So unexpected.
Well, then unexpected. And you alluded to it earlier. He comes in, he's wins that first POV. So he's kind of doing everything. And he actually got who he wanted out without getting any blood on his hand because everybody's pointing fingers at Caitlyn now. So he got away with that. Now he got a power. And I guess we'll just throw it out here. He also has POV.
Right.
So he won POV. So he was HOH, got somebody else to do his dirty work and getting blamed for it, has a secret power, and has POV. So he right now is sitting very, very pretty.
He is the king of the hill. I just hope this lasts for him. I just pray that he doesn't get cocky. And it also, I think we love to see how tender and kind he is to Sam. Because everybody kind of feels Sam is displaced. And we all feel sorry for her, kind of on her own.
Yeah.
And this Tyler is sort of protecting her. And I think it's so endearing. Those two are really good together, too. I hope it lasts. I just pray it doesn't get to his head. Because he is kind of overplaying right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We said everybody went from not playing to over the top. So Crazy Caitlyn, our little HOH, she put Winston and Scotty on the block. Now, another thing that Swaggy C is not having, he is not having that at all Swaggy C runs the house, and that's not what Swaggy C wants. And she's putting up somebody that could be, and he's all over the place. But since Scotty and Steve were so close, Scotty's kind of on his own, and I thought it was pretty funny. You see Scotty sitting down in the storage room talking to no one because Steve's not there, so he's talking and to an empty room, and then all of a sudden the cupboard doors open up and there's Sam hiding in the cupboard, and he was talking to her all the time, I thought that was pretty funny. That was pretty little.
I loved it. Yeah, she's like, don't tell anybody. This is my hiding space. I wonder though if she's going to really use that someday. If you go in there and hide, you can get a lot of info if nobody knows you're in there, because that's where all the secrets are told.
I was going to say, could you imagine if she was in that little cupboard and Swaggy C and the boys rolling in and Fessy and them are in there and Rockstar, talking, bah, 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 we're going to do this and then they roll out and all of a sudden she pops out of the closet and goes, oh,
I
That would
love
be
it.
great.
Yeah. She appears to be kind of clueless and needy and cute, but I think she's a little smarter than we're giving her credit for.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to read her because, yeah, she is so nice and kind. And even during the competition, she's patting everybody and good job and come on. And, she's one of those. And even though that they want her out so bad, those people that hate her and want her out, she's come on, So I don't know whether that's part of her gameplay or what, but yeah, I don't know.
Either, but it's interesting.
It is interesting. It is
I
very
love
interesting. But
I would like, okay, I have to say this. I would like to take Caitlyn someday. And those of you who do not watch the RVers like BlindViews and I do, bear with me. But I really, really would like to take RV, Joey, and Caitlyn and lock them in a room for a day.
oh my.
That would be
Well, we got Caitlyn. Speaking of Caitlyn, our dear HOH, she went to Winston. She told Winston that, I'm going to put you on the block. But what did she tell him? She told him some kind of little story. Then she went to Scotty and said, yeah, I'm putting you on the block, but you're not going anywhere. I want Winston to go. But her plan is to backdoor Swaggy.
right.
Which I don't think is going to happen. Even though Tyler does have the veto, I don't think it's going to happen because, for one, he's just too annoying for Big Brother to let him go yet. Yeah. And he's in that showmance. So I don't see Big Brother saying, yeah, we can let him go. Even if the votes, they're going to drag him into the DR and say, no, you cannot vote him out. Something's going to have to happen, and he's not going anywhere.
He's gold. As much as we hate him,
yeah,
that's why he's gold.
He's good TV. So no matter how this game is going to be played out, he's good TV because I hate him, so he's going to stay. And speaking of showmances, we kind of glanced over the Fessy triangle, which is kind of, I think, is what got Caitlyn to flip the house anyway, because she's going to say, yeah, because it's what's her name? Haley?
Haley, yep.
So, yeah, Haley, first it was Fessy and Caitlyn. They were, from day one, ride or dies, best buds. And then Fessy decided he was going to hang out with Haley and do the little holding hands and whatever else under the covers. And those two are always together now. And Caitlyn was like, okay, if that's the way you want to play it. So now she's like, boom, I'm out of that.
Yeah, I think it made her feel foolish and she didn't trust him. But that thing is weird, that Fessy and Haley thing, because I was watching him yesterday on some of the feeds and he was just trying to like come on to her. He wanted her to, he just wanted her attention physically and otherwise.
Yeah.
He was really giving him the brush off. She was digging through her stuff looking for something, and he was sitting on the bed, moping, feeling sorry for himself and how he needed her. And he's going to lose his game, hasn't already.
Well, and I hate to say it, even though I don't want him to do anything, but Swaggy, his attention isn't on the game either. He thinks he's running the house. He thinks he's thinking about the game and doing moves, but he ain't. His mind is elsewhere, and that's why he's sucking so bad, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. But he rationalizes it because he thinks he's just they're the big power couple, and that's how he figures it out in his own head.
Well, and let's just break it down. Bailey, what is she? As far as the gameplay, zero. Nothing to talk about. The only thing you can say about her is she's with Swaggy C. That's it. That's her claim to fame right now. As far as playing the game, zero. Nothing. Right. Nada. Rachel, what has she done? Nothing. Cry because nobody likes her. And America doesn't even like her. So what has she done? Steve really hasn't played anything either. Now that his buddy's gone, that's the only thing we knew him for. Him and Steve. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty and Steve. Yeah, Scotty and Steve hanging out together. Now Steve's gone. What has Scotty done? Nothing.
And that's perfect example of putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yep.
Scott really shot himself in the foot by working on his social game on and just hanging out watching Steve smoke all day.
And then we got Angie, the rock star. What has she done? She's done nothing. The other Angie, who is she?
Angie who? I mean, she may as well be invisible.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen her. I like think, oh yeah, there's this Angie girl. What happened?
Yeah. She is totally non-existent. They don't even mention her in the shows. Her name doesn't even come up. You very rarely even see a flash of her face. She is totally non-existent. She can go tomorrow when nobody would go, who got affected? Who was that? When did she come in?
Really, it's sad for her because she's an all right person, but she's just so mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got the Wonder Twins, Winston and Brett.
Oh, those two.
Winston's just a jerk, and Brett's just there for the ride. I really don't know who he is either. He's kind of like whatever.
No backbone there.
Well, we got JC just because he's a little funny and has his accent, but he's really not playing any game. He's just there to be cute and bounce around.
But that's working for him. You have got to shine in that. Even if you're an introvert, which I don't know why an introvert would ever go on Big Brother, but even if you're an introvert, you need to shine. You need to be the life of the party, and of course, not too much. But JC's getting by because he's so and
he's fun, he's entertaining, and he's not seen as a threat. So that's why he's going to cruise by. And Casey to me is kind of like Sam. We talked about earlier with the punishments. We really haven't seen them play anything because they were kind of isolated at different times. But as far as Casey is, she was the girl that had the spinny thing in the rainbow outfit. Who is she? She isn't doing anything either.
But the difference with Casey is I want to know who she is. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I want to know. But that is it. What was it? Angie?
Who cares?
I don't care. She could walk off. I mean, not in a mean way. I don't wish her bad, but she could walk off the set. It would take me a long time to even know she was gone.
Yes. Yeah.
And I wouldn't care if she did.
She brings zero to the show. Now, talking about least trending, that's probably why she's not least trending, because nobody even knows she's there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How could she be? She should be it every week. I mean, because she does not exist.
It's weird. And what's his name? Brett is the same way. He's kind of invisible. Is Caitlyn off the whole track of thinking he's a doctor? She was obsessed about that.
Yeah, there for a while she was riding that train to the end, man.
And what if he is? What's the threat?
I guess they think of certain people as being the smart ones. So yeah, they might not. I mean, and he's with Winston, so they're the Buff brothers, the Wonder Twins. So they kind of feel like, okay, if he's going to be good in physical competitions and he's a doctor, that means he's smart. So he'll be able to get us on the mental ones too. So that kind of puts him on people's radar. That's why a lot of people go in there and say, I'm a lawyer, but I'm going to tell them I'm a mechanic or something. They don't like to tell them certain things.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. It sure backfired because he was always talking about police stuff. He was talking about it all.
He couldn't keep his mouth shut. But yeah, Brett, as far as Brett goes, if he wasn't hanging around with Winston, nobody would know who he is. He's non-existent. He's part of the wallpaper too.
Is he? What is he? Is he a drug rep? Or is he the one that was?
He's the one that does his friend. He's a cybersecurity dude. The one that hacks his friends for fun. Yeah, Winston's the drug rep, isn't he?
Okay, I had it switched around. I think you're right.
Yeah, Winston's the drug rep, the one that thinks he looks like Ryan Reynolds. Not even close, buddy.
Legend in his own mind.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much brings us up to date. What we got so far is we got Caitlyn, crazy Caitlyn. She got her moon rocks out, and she says this is what's going to happen. She's predicting the future, and she's in her meditative state, and she just knows exactly what's going to happen. And she is the HOH. She put up Winston and Scotty. And our little buddy Tyler, who won the Secret Power, also got veto. So he is skating on by, flying high. And sometime later today, is it today or tomorrow, we're going to know if Tyler used the veto. So we'll have that information on our next show.
I think it's going to be a good week this week. I really do. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of changes that are going to happen. And I think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be interesting too. And the only thing that I'm really looking forward to is watching Swaggy C lose his mind again, because the man that runs the house still hasn't made any decisions that actually came true, and he ain't running nothing except his mouth. You ain't running the house; you're running your mouth.
Yeah. And Bailey, she's kind of frustrated with him sometimes. She told him to chill after he got all bent out of shape about Winston's comment in the spy room, nice meeting. And then he went to Bailey and told her all about it, all frustrating. And she didn't feel sorry for him. No. She just told him to suck it up.
I think Rockstar was in the room too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. And she just said, basically, suck it up. Don't make a target out of yourself.
Yeah.
He
thinks he's invincible. He thinks he runs the house. He thinks he's calling the shots. He isn't doing anything. And if he was smart and opened his eyes and quit looking at Bailey and sucking face, then he would realize that the house that was pretty much even, now he's losing numbers. And soon it's going to be about 3 of them against everybody else. But he'll still be running the house in his own mind, because like I said, he ain't running the house. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth.
I don't know. I know it's easy to be the, armchair quarterback or whatever the right saying is, but man, some of these people are just idiots.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. You would think they would have thought this through, studied the game, strategized, but man.
And you got people in there claiming to be super fans.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
But we shall see. And I'm looking forward to seeing Swaggy lose his mind. But even if he does get backdoored, or the attempt goes and he, Tyler uses the veto and they put Swaggy up, I don't see him going home, because I do not believe that CBS is going to allow that to happen this early in the game.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I hate to pop everybody's bubble, but the show is manipulated. It is, for sure. Maybe it's not scripted, but it's definitely produced.
Well, it's still a TV show. It still has to be good TV. Still has to keep the viewers. And you don't make a show and put it on 3 times a week, putting all your eggs in one basket, putting a show on 3 times in 1 week, and not be able to twist it and make it to go the way you want to keep good TV.
They're good at hooking people in. They're really good at that.
Yes, they are. So there you go. We got you all caught up for this week. And I can't wait to see what all the beautiful 20-somethings do next week. And we will be back to let you know what happened and what our opinions are on all the craziness. So for now, this is Totally Kathy over there and BlindViews. And like I said, he ain't running the house. He's just running his mouth. And that's the way we see it.
Goodbye, y'all.
What we do here is go back.
Oh,